My name is Gill Mulroe. I'm a chartered environmentalist and I'm the head of environmental, social value and innovation for ISS Facilities Management, specifically for one of our clients in the banking segment. And I look after our Europe, Middle East and Africa operational sustainability programme. Growing up as someone who was undiagnosed with dyslexia, meant that my early journey in life was very judgmental, it was very negative, and I was labelled at school as being lazy, not applying myself correctly. A teacher who you would see as a peer or authoritative person within your community actually put in my school report that I was thick as two short planks. So they were comments that my parents took on board as well as an authoritative person, and that negative feedback was passed within sort of my family as someone who didn't work hard enough. So it gave me a lot more challenges within my home environment, but also at school, just going to do maths and couldn't do my times tables, and I just absolutely dreaded going into school on those days because I knew I was going to be a failure before I walked through the door because there was no support or help for me. My biggest frustration with dyslexia is society's judgment. However, my biggest win is being a triple fellow manager and a triple chartered manager despite my dyslexia. One of the things that I do on a daily basis is to pop my headphones on just to drown out noise and sound of others so I can really focus on the work I'm doing, because that overstimulation and that sensory overload can also cause me issues. So it's easy just to pop on a pair of noise cancelling headphones. I have 5 different pairs and in different colours as well to match different outfits, and I can focus on my work. My advice to someone who's struggling in the workplace would be to seek out any allies. If you are struggling specifically because of your neurodiversity and you're not being heard and you feel like you're not having those conversations around reasonable adjustments, is to go and speak to your HR department and ask for a confidential conversation to understand how they can provide that support for you. The things that helped me the most in my workplace has been putting a footer on the bottom of my email to let the person know that I am dyslexic, and also if they see any creative spelling or typos, to give me a call and discuss it if there's something they don't understand. What I find with invisible dyslexia is we do rely on people knowing about it, and often we do judge each other. So the one thing that I feel has helped me in the workplace is being open and honest and transparent about my dyslexia. But I do appreciate not everybody's on that journey yet to share with others about their dyslexia due to their own fears and judgment that they feel they may have. Dyslexia affects my mental health in a number of ways, mainly because of judgment and that perceived judgment of when something goes wrong. You do have a perception that people are looking at you in a particular way and judging you because of the things that you cannot do. So that fear of failure and shame is a real issue. I would say shame impacts me more than anything, that I'm ashamed. And I'm also, society makes me feel ashamed of who I am because of that judgment, which then ultimately creates those stigmas, which makes it difficult for us to speak up and need those safe spaces to be able to speak up and talk about our dyslexia. Having that diagnosis of dyslexia has helped me in so many ways. It's helped me gain the training that I need. It's helped me to understand more about my behaviours and who I am as a person, so I can go and seek out different ways to learn and different ways to work. So before my diagnosis, I was put in a box of limitations that society placed on me, which meant I could only do this particular type of work. When I left school, I went to work in a sewing factory. Then when I had my children, as a single mum then, taking part-time work because there was no career available to me. And so limitations and boundaries were placed on me. And I've spent the last 15, 20 years trying to break those boundaries and those chains that have bound me. My advice to someone would be to challenge those society norms and challenge yourself as well with a more I can do this attitude. Don't let dyslexia and those judgments impede what your capabilities are.